ladies and gentlemen, my name is Andrew Stott and I'm the Emperor of Stomaria. Today I'm very pleased to announce that a formal alliance has been agreed upon between the Empire of Stomaria and the Republic of Galvonia, the first time that we've established such an alliance since April 2022. So I first came across Galvonia a few months ago when they started commenting on our videos and posts on our YouTube channel and Facebook page. And after they started commenting, I started to look into who they were, and I was very interested to see what they were up to. And from there, I decided to reach out to ask if establishing formal relations with Stomaria would be of interest to them. In response, King Jordan of Galvonia, after expressing some excitement that I had shown interest in his nation-building project, was kind enough to entertain the idea that we could establish some kind of relationship, which ultimately culminated in a video call that we had earlier this month, after which we both agreed that an alliance between Stomaria and Galvonia was going to be in our interests. Now, Galvonia, as I mentioned a moment ago, is led by its founder, King Jordan, and he's looking to establish a nation that prides itself on attaining greater levels of self-determination, with values that revolve around life, liberty, and sovereignty, all very familiar traits that we can recognize here in Stomaria. And Galvonia itself was founded in June 2023 and is based in the United States, specifically in the state of Montana. So let's quickly talk about all of the different ways that Galvonia, from our perspective, meets all the necessary criteria in order to establish formal relations with them. Longevity. As I just mentioned, Galvonia was founded in June 2023, which makes it around 2 years old, which is quite a milestone for a lot of nation-building projects out there. Consistency. Galvonia, since its foundation, has maintained the same approach, the same government structure, the same ideology, the same driving purpose, the same name, and even though that I assisted with improving the quality of the digital flag design, the flag itself has remained consistent as well. Maturity. Galvonia is led by a family man, and as far as I can see, he has done nothing that would bring either Stomaria or Galvonia into disrepute. Ideology. Galvonia's values revolve around natural rights, sustainability, and free markets, which mesh very well with Stomaria's own values on these topics. As well as this, they oppose political extremism, much as we do. Activity. Galvonia has a very good track record of consistent activity and progress through their social media accounts. Territory. Galvonia owns a little under 2 acres of private freehold land, with a further 5 to 10 acres of land looking to be leased subject to negotiations. Galvonia's community is very small and is largely centered around the royal family. However, I have absolutely zero doubt that because of the nature of what Galvonia is and how much they have progressed so far, that once they are ready to start expanding their community, they are well positioned to do so. But beyond all this, Galvonia is also a very interesting project for other reasons. For example, after speaking with King Jordan, I realized that his inspiration for founding Galvonia really started back when he was younger, when he was in his childhood years and he wanted to establish a nation. And this was further fueled by an RTS game that he used to play called Age of Empires. And I find this to be of particular interest because this is actually a very similar story with King Daniel of Wayward, which is of course a member state of the Empire, in that he too used to play Age of Empires and was one of the sources of inspiration, I think, for the foundation of Wayward. And of course, Stomaria itself was founded in much the same way. I can trace the foundation of Stomaria, or at least the idea of Stomaria, back to my own childhood years, and likewise an RTS game, which wasn't Age of Empires, but a very similar game called Empire Earth, something that I still play occasionally to this day. So it would seem that there is a very particular kind of person, especially men if we're being honest, that is drawn to this kind of life. And that shouldn't be a major surprise, because I think within all of us there is this desire to build, to forge something, to conquer in some way, metaphorical or otherwise. And when people commit themselves to this path, I think it is inevitable that somewhere along the road we will bump into each other, and I think that's happening more and more, especially within the Empire of Stomaria and other nation-building projects like us. That aside, it was gratifying to know that King Jordan of Galvonia also cited Stomaria itself as one of his sources of inspiration, and is one of the reasons that he decided to go public with Galvonia in the first place. And if you happen to visit Galvonia's website, a link of which will be on Stomaria's own website now, you will see that there are not only commonalities between Stomaria and Galvonia in terms of our overarching values, but also more specific objectives, not least the utilization of sound money, or commodity money, as both Stomaria and Galvonia advocate for. Now, as a part of our efforts to build a good working relationship with Galvonia, we will be looking to do what Stomaria loves to do, to engage in trade, commerce, and enterprise. And as more goods are produced by both Stomaria and Galvonia over the coming months and years, it's my hope that we're going to be able to establish a mutually beneficial trading relationship, but not just between Galvonia and Stomaria itself, but also the member states of our empire, not least the Republic of Vesta, which is led by Consul David. Because for those who already know about the Republic of Vesta, they will know that it is based in the United States as well. And so any kind of trading relationship between the Republic of Vesta and the Republic of Galvonia is going to be far more cost-effective and hopefully also mutually beneficial. But I think at this point, I would like to introduce King Jordan of Galvonia, who will give his own thoughts on the matter.
Hello all, and good day. I am King Jordan of the Republic of Galvonia. Galvonia is a small, aspiring nation located in North America, nestled on the high grassland prairie along the Rocky Mountain front, just south of Canada. Galvonia is founded on the principles of life, liberty, sovereignty, and self-determination, a place where individual liberties, fair trade, open markets, and our natural world are all protected. Today, I am proud to announce that the Republic of Galvonia is formally partnering with the Empire of Stomaria as an ally. I am confident that this alliance will help both nations expand and further establish their already present sovereignty. What is already shared between Stomaria and Galvonia is that both nations value the rights of the individual. Both nations value stewardship of the land, air, and water. Both nations value a strong and cohesive family and community. And both nations value fair and open trade by utilizing sound, commodity-based money. What could be gained by both Stomaria and Galvonia is that both nations could be enriched through trade and commerce of commodities, products, and services. Both nations can share ideas and culture. Both nations can work cooperatively on projects and initiatives, and both nations can benefit from mutual defense or aid, should such need ever arise. On behalf of all of Galvonia, thank you, Emperor Andrew, and all of Stomaria. May both nations prosper for generations to come. Thank you all for listening.
And of course, all of this is very exciting because, as I mentioned at the start of this video, this is the first time that we will have established a working relationship, a formal alliance with an external party since April 2022, over 3 years ago at this point. I can say with some confidence that a new era of expansion and cooperation is now underway, and it starts today. If you want to learn more about Stomaria or play an active role in our development and expansion, visit our website at www.stomaria.com and find out what it means to be a Stomarian.